Good evening and welcome to live coverage of Lipscomb Athletics right here on Lipscomb Women's Soccer's YouTube channel. My name is Danny Katula, and alongside me, Erica Plunkett, for tonight's matchup between the Lipscomb Bisons and cross-country sister church rivals, the Pepperdine Waves, number 23 in the country, Erica. The biggest test that the Bisons have faced so far, and that's no small feat after taking down Mississippi State and Miami in the non-conference slate.
Yeah, the Pepperdine Waves are up to their best start since 2014, but the Bisons are in their best Division I start ever, going 4-0, beating Mississippi State, Austin Peay, Miami, and then Florida International. But those wins didn't come cheaply. They lost several starters for the Bisons early on this season. They're without Kelly Byler and Kalea Perry, who have been key for this team, both in the early going this season as well as last season. So the Bisons are going to have to fight through a lot against this very talented Waves team.
Absolutely right. We'll see how hard they can fight and the result they can get today. They get us kicked off. That's Pepperdine moving from left to right on your screen in white. Your Bisons in all black moving from right to left right here at Lipscomb Soccer Stadium. Once again, thanks for joining us for this one. As CJ Graham boots this away past midfield.
CJ Graham, the reigning ASUN Defensive Player of the Week, after 3 consecutive clean slates by the Lady Bisons.
Yeah, that's right. That one's going to go out of play along the touchline by that Bison sideline, and it's one of the most rowdy around. You got a few players on crutches over there. You can see Kalea Perry, as you mentioned, Erica, recently suffering what we expect to be a season-ending injury, one of a few already who have suffered that fate for the Bisons. But crutches or no crutches, they'll be excited over there on the bench all match long for the Bisons. While we're back underway, and Pepperdine, number 23 in the country, coming from Malibu, California. They have taken down some high-profile opponents as well. Started their season off with a 2-0 win over USC, and they have been dominating ever since. Made it as high as number 8 in the national rankings last week, as this one's going to come down the right side for Allie Dunn, looking to shield the ball. She won't hold on to it, but she will win a throw deep in attacking territory for the Bisons.
It's good to see Allie Dunn back. She did not play last time the Bisons were home against Austin Peay. I think she got a little bit injured in the preseason in the Mississippi State game, so it's exciting for the Bisons to have her back, especially as the rest of the injuries have progressed.
Yeah, that's right. Meanwhile, Logan McFadden, bit of difficulty getting the ball out, but she does. The outlet pass to Shelby Kraft, and that one was, I think, an intended pass through the middle for Molly Grant. Either way, it won't find her. It trickles out for a Waves goal kick. You mentioned Allie Dunn, right winger by trade, a redshirt junior out of Oak Ridge, Tennessee, a couple hours away from home. Also an Arkansas transfer, one of many on this Bisons team who transferred from Power 5 schools. Coach O'Brien has really created and retooled this roster to include a lot of really high-quality recruits.
Absolutely. Another former Power 5 player in the middle is Cammie Rogers, and she's wearing the captain's armband today.
Yeah, came out of Auburn, originally from Prattville, Alabama, not far from the Tigers' hometown in Opelika, as we'll have an offsides flag up against Molly Grant there on the right side. That's something you tend to see from Grant. She keeps a very high line, likes to test the back line that she takes on. Make him think a little bit about running an offside trap. So much speed and a deadly finisher in front of goal. But Pepperdine are led off by the flag that time. They'll get us back underway and get across midfield there. That one's going to be possessed by Carly Giamona, but she doesn't keep it for long. It will be a Waves throw-in their own half, though. This one played towards the middle, and Lipscomb absolutely swarming everywhere in midfield right now, making it hard for Pepperdine to do what they love to do, which is counterattack and move forward quickly. It's two similar styles of play between these Church of Christ affiliated schools. Emily Patty running this one down on the near side, and she's content to let that one go out of play for a Waves throw-in, and this is a dangerous spot.
Absolutely. The Bisons, though, have a very strong defensive line between Emily Patty, Katia Hanger, Carapaza, and McFadden along that back line, and then, of course, CJ Graham in goal.
Yeah, that's right. McFadden, people forget, highly, highly touted recruit. She suffered a season-ending injury in her freshman year as well, but now moving down the right side, it's a chance for the Bisons. Moving it forward, what a great pass. If she stays on side, Rogers is in the area, and the referee does keep his flag down. Still Rogers beats her defender. Gets past Packett, and she's still got it in the corner. Playing it back to no one in particular. Emily Patty was not where Rogers thought she was, and Pepperdine are able to be let off the hook there. That was a great breaking opportunity for Lipscomb. So what they love to do is Katya Hanger's going to win the ball back in her own half. She'll play it back to Graham. C.J. Graham, the Swannanoa, North Carolina native. She converted from a striker at age 13. She used to cry when she was put in goal as a kid, and obviously things have changed since then. She is a menacing figure in between the sticks for Lipscomb. Pepperdine back on the ball, and they'll cross midfield. Middle of the pitch, this is Tabitha Leparle. Lays it off for Juliana Duckett, and right side, that's going to be Cam Pickett sending it forward. Layla McFarland working, and she gets through a couple of Bisons. Through the center, that's a great ball down the right. Could open up Giamona, but she's not going to get there, and Graham will let it go over the goal line for a Bison's goal kick.
And this gives both teams a great chance to slow down for a second and set up. These are the kinds of balls that you need to win if you're going to win this kind of matchup.
Yeah, that's right. Both teams, again, similar styles. They love those through balls. They love to win the ball in midfield and take 1, 2, 3 passes and beat you directly through the center. They don't like to mess around on the outsides. It's so quick how quickly they'll win the ball and break forward and score on you. They've got deadly finishers on both sides of the ball today, and those are the types of passes that you have to connect on because you expect the other team to do so on the other side of the pitch. Pepperdine still struggling to hold the ball for too long in midfield, although they've got a bit of a spell for now. Rogers won the ball back with a bit of a touch but couldn't hold on to it, so now it's Carly Giamona. Playing it out to the left. It's going to beat Ali Dunn, and all the way by the touchline. Pepperdine with a chance to cross it in from here. It's played short. And this one sent from distance. Graham is equal to it. Not a bad effort from outside the box at all. Coming from the defensive midfielder, Juliana Duckett, out of Rancho Cucamonga, California. One of many from the Golden State for Pepperdine. Outside of 2 players from Colorado and Arizona and 3 from Las Vegas, the entirety of this Waves roster is from the state of California. Duckett back on the ball, and she'll send it back. It's going to come all the way to goalkeeper Zoe Cleveley, a redshirt senior. She's been a key piece of this Pepperdine defense, and now she's going to send it forward off of a flicked header. Down the left side, it's going to be a chance for Pepperdine. They're going to move it into the box, cutting it back. That's Tori Waldeck, highly touted recruit. Sophomore out of Hart High School from Newhall, California, but she couldn't do anything there. So Kami Rogers will send this one forward for the Bisons. It's a long ball looking for Molly Grant. Can she find her? Maybe a mistake in the back. It does take a deflection off of Grant, but it's still alive. But they are going to lose it again. Grant with the pressure finds it, tried to play it into the middle. Could not quite find anyone in the middle, I believe. She was looking to find Cami McGee that time. Didn't quite turn out. McGee making her 2nd start of the season, her 5th match. So she's appeared in all 5. You imagine she's replacing Kalea Perry today, who's out for the season. Moving forward, meanwhile, it's going to be a chance for Pepperdine. What a block that time. Hanger gets down and clears it away. Only as far as Duckett. Some nice 1-2 passing in the middle. But that final ball still not quite there for the Pepperdine Waves, Erica.
No, they've been so close on so many opportunities. It seems like they retain possession when they're in the Bison's defensive third. Meanwhile, Lipscomb seems to be outnumbered every single time they've gotten it into their offensive third.
Yeah, it's uncommon for Kevin O'Brien's team to lack numbers going forward. That seems to be their main objective. Spoke with Coach O'Brien before the season and preseason, and he was pretty adamant that despite how much defensive talent this team has, the goal has always been and is going to be get forward, get numbers forward, score with as many players up as you can. And today that's not really been the case so far. You wonder if that's a tactical change, a very different team in Pepperdine than the Bisons have faced before, or if it's just a case of this individual match being a different strategy. But meanwhile, Ali Dunn on the ball, and she'll win a Bison's throw-in right by the stats table. It's sent in across midfield, and Grant couldn't quite get a foot there. McGee still in the area trying to win it back, but her pressure doesn't get there in time. So Pepperdine possessing in their own half, and just as I say that, they lose the ball. Trying to find Rogers that time, didn't pan out, but Shelby Kraft back on the ball. Kraft again. She's fouled and it's right in the center of the circle, and that'll be a free kick for the Bisons.
And the Bisons lucked out there that Shelby Kraft was tripped up because there was a lot of just careless passes. Pepperdine was playing them quick and they couldn't fully get possession of the ball, so they were just playing pinball, and that's never what you want to see.
Not on a soccer field. Kraft sends this one back into the middle off the free kick from Patty, and Grant's header is whistled for offside. Kyle Whitley there on the far side, the assistant referee. Your center referee today, Kevin Terry. Tariq Veladar is on the near side in front of us. So 10 minutes in and no score between Pepperdine and Lipscomb, but both teams have had some half chances as a flock of birds decides to join the fray. And we're back underway meanwhile on the pitch, and this is a favorable bounce for the Bisons, but they can't hold on to it. Nice work by Duckett to win the ball back for the Waves. But Molly Grant gets it back just as quickly through midfield. Again, we see some pinball. And no one able to hold on and possess right now. The Bisons do finally find it, and that outside of the touch pass from Kraft is not going to find Grant. So Pepperdine can move it outside. Rogers with a little bit extra in that challenge, but they'll play advantage. Pickett's going to send it forward. Comes down the right side, headed away by Patty. Important play there. Rogers in midfield. Sends it up the left side. Was trying to find McGee, but it might turn out better for Grant. She can't quite get there, though. It's cleared away by Pepperdine, and we'll see, well, not quite. They kept it in here on the near side. Excellent work by Layla McFarland on the right side. So now it's going to be Jamona. Carly Jamona with some space down the right side. Could cross it in from here. Nice work by Patty to keep her out there. Sent across the middle, top of the box. This one sent in from Labard, and that's going to find C.J. Graham without much trouble. They've had it in that position about 20, 25 yards outside the box, but they just can't put that ball in the box and find a way to have a true shot at goal.
But the way they're playing, you can tell it's going to wear down on the Bisons, and those chances are just going to continue to add up. And almost like when the Bisons played Austin Peay last week, we knew it was inevitable that they were going to get the ball in the back of the net at some point because they were playing smart soccer and they were wearing out the Governors. And now Lipscomb's on the opposite side of that. They need to settle down, take a breath, and just have more consistent passing. We saw several passes in the middle from Cammie Rogers and Shelby Kraft, who are normally very on target, very accurate passers, that were just way off the mark. So we know they can settle down, they just need to. Yeah, that's right. Got to put it into practice at this point as Cam Pickett runs down the right side for Pepperdine. Again, a lot of space in midfield. Pickett moving forward, finds LaParle. And that one is not quite going to reach Tori Waldick on the right side, so Graham has it again. 13 minutes gone. Only one shot between both these teams. And again, it's surprising because both of these sides know how to score goals. They create chances. But against each other, the defenses are surprisingly shining at the moment. Here's Kami McGee on the pass. She tries to find Grant again, but it's deflected. Allie Dunn back on the ball. Dunn loses possession, and that's a bad area to lose it. Jamona can break. Nice defending by Dunn. How about that for a tackle from an attacker? Don't see that particularly often. Excellent work. You could put her on the back line with a standing tackle like that. Meanwhile, here come Pepperdine, where the Bison's back line need to be aware. Hanger gets there, as she tends to do. Patty out to the left side, and Rogers will send it back to her. McFadden will let it go for Graham. That's a name we've called quite a bit in this first half, and you imagine we'll continue to need her to be active. As you mentioned, Pepperdine starting to wear down this Lipscomb defense. They haven't found a way in quite yet, but you imagine it's coming. Right side, McGee. She'll send it back to Carapazza. McGee, that's a great move. Finding Allie Dunn. No one in the center that time for the Bisons. What a cross. That's exactly where you want to put it, just at the edge of the box. And Molly Grant takes a tumble. But it's Cleveley who's able to roll it out. And the Pepperdine back line has the ball again.
It is a pretty big difference, although we'll hold that for a minute later as Emmy Shirk is taken down. She continues. McGee into the middle, finds Grant, lays it off, and no one is there in black. The Bison's unable to take advantage of a big error for Pepperdine in possession. Hanger will send this one forward, and no one there. That one's all the way into the brick wall, adjacent to Shackleford Road. And that'll give us a Pepperdine throw in their own half. This one won back quickly by Dunn. The Bisons can break now down the right side. Here's McGee. Gets forward, has one to beat on the outside. And that's a great challenge. Excellent work on the back from Kaylee Gifford, the grad student. She's able to move forward. And she gets it across midfield. Excellent work that time for Pepperdine to clear it away. McFadden on the ball now for the Bisons. And her pass is deflected. It is going to go out of play, fortunately, for the Bisons. Laparle nearly got there. But as we were going to say for a moment before a promising chance developed, no, just kidding, we might have another one as Grant's on the ball. She'll let it go for Shirk. This one's out to Allie Dunn. Dunn on the right, can she cross it in from here? Might take it herself. She will cross it into the center, deflected, and we have the first corner kick of the game. 16 minutes in, and this is a fantastic chance for the Bisons.
Absolutely, they've struggled to match up against Pepperdine in the box. It's typically just been Molly Grant, and she's had to deal with a few passes that have been way off the mark, and so she really hasn't had a legitimate chance so far this game. If Lipscomb can capitalize here, that would be huge for this matchup.
Absolutely, and you think about the loss of a center striker like Kalea Perry, and that could have something to do with the lack of players in the box. Meanwhile, the header comes in from McGee. Falls to a Pepperdine player, and it's cleared away. It was a good service, but no one quite in the area to finish it off for the Bisons. So it'll be Kraft starting things over. Still a lot of numbers forward for Lipscomb, but they lose the ball quickly, and Pepperdine with a chance to break. This one's going to come out to Pickett. Pickett, a redshirt freshman from Santa Barbara, California. Through the middle, and this is a great chance. Lepard, a lot of space through the middle. Great ball in, and it could be a chance for Pepperdine. What a save! And the rebound is over the bar. That would have been a horrible way to give up a goal, but fortunate enough to let it go over. What a point-blank save that time from CJ Graham. It's out for a corner.
There seemed to be a miscommunication between Katia Hanger and Logan McFadden, which you very rarely see. They work very well together. They've been on the back line together now. This is their 4th year. But they both just abandoned the middle, which, as you know, is the absolute worst place to abandon in your defensive third. And CJ Graham just owns that and took care of business. Absolutely.
Stepping into her starting role with absolute ease. This one comes in, and it's a dangerous ball. She'll flick that one over again. Graham, excellent work to punch that one away and over her bar for a second time. And we'll have another one. Looks like it'll be Jamona to send this one in from the left for the second time. Jamona, one of those Las Vegas players, also an Alabama transfer. She'll send one in again, and that one not nearly as successful. 27 minutes to go in the first half, and we've got a Bison's goal kick. So both teams having some chances in open play, having a couple of corners as well, and nothing doing on either side. For the Bisons, a couple of uncharacteristic moments, both in the attack and defensively. You wonder if it's got something to do with how much talent this Pepperdine team has, but to be honest, it mostly feels like self-induced mistakes so far.
I would agree, and I think it also has to do, this is the first game without Kalea Perry. They also are still without Kelly Byler, like we mentioned earlier. And to have 2 of your key midfielders out, it totally changes the dynamic of your team. It changes how you line up. It changes who's communicating what. And so the Bisons are really going to have to adjust and adjust quickly against this number 23rd team in the country.
Yeah, that's right. Pepperdine is not the type of team that you can make these mistakes against, as Duckett will send it down the left side. Jamona on the ball. Tricky dribbler. She'll send it back to Pickett. Pickett's going to move forward herself. The right back with a chance to get forward. That one's deflected, and in the middle, it's a chance. It's deflected away nicely. Pickett was all the way in front of goal and saved for a nice interception. They would have been going forward. That's a heavy foul against Carly Jimona. And it's going to be a Bison's free kick. Pretty understandably, that's one of those where the referee has little to no choice but to blow his whistle.
You can usually get away with it more if you just lean into the opposing player, but you definitely saw an extension of the arm in that case, and glad Cammie McGee is up and no serious injury there.
Yeah, that's the last thing we want is another one of those, and that nearly turned out fantastic for the Bisons. Cammie Rogers running around the left nearly found her way onto a headed ball. But in the end, it's Cleverly who's able to pick that one up. Head coach Tim Ward for the Pepperdine Waves in his 24th season over there in Malibu, and they've had a large amount of success. Obviously, this season is a banner season for them, as it would be for any team. Ranked number 8 last week in the United Soccer Coaches National Ranking. Also, the men's soccer team for the Bisons has cracked the top 25 this week. You can see them in action tomorrow against Memphis, but in the meantime, plenty of ranked action for you here, as we'll see a throw-in on the near side for the Bisons. Patty sends it forward, and no one in the area in black. So Lepard has it again. That one's sent back to Kelsey Hill, and she'll play her goalkeeper Cleverly. Hill on it again. Pickett. Juliana Duckett now. She sends it back to the keeper. Patient play right now for Pepperdine, and again, not a whole lot of pressure coming from Lipscomb at the moment. Back line, Gifford. She tries a longer ball, and that doesn't turn out, so the Bison's in the attack. Kraft can't hold on to it, and again, she's the type of player you expect to win the ball there in midfield and hold on to it. Struggling to do that right now.
This whole game has been very uncharacteristic for Shelby Kraft. She's the preseason pick for the ASUN Defensive Player of the Year this year. She's another transfer into this program who has just done a fantastic job.
Meanwhile, a chance for Pepperdine to go ahead. And Cam Pickett slices that one wide. Very fortunate for the Bisons. That was a fantastic chance they opened up.
Speaking of uncharacteristic, leaving that middle open, we've seen it now 3 times in the last what seems like 5 minutes, where McFadden and Hanger have just opened up that middle and given Pepperdine a chance, and they are not the type of player to let that happen. So that's really a testament to how Pepperdine plays their offense and does a great job of drawing defenses out so that they can get the ball into the middle and have an easy shot on goal.
That's right, a couple of issues on the back line for Pepperdine. 2 players ran into each other, but Lipscomb again can't make them pay for defensive errors. To be fair, Lipscomb's had their own, and meanwhile, this is a great long ball. It could find Grant in the area. That's excellent shielding of the ball by Kelsey Hill that time, and if not for that excellent shielding work on the back line, that could have been a chance in front of goal for Grant. When you think about the loss of Kalea Perry and how many goals she's already contributed for the Bisons, but Grant is a strong goal scorer in her own right. Perry put together 3 goals on 7 shots before, obviously, her injury stopped that tally, but Grant already has a goal and an assist on 6 shots, 3 of those being on target. A 3-year starter for the Bisons out of Plainville, Illinois. Pickett sends this one in, and a lot of space off that throw-in. Through the midfield, it's going to be a chance for Joella Anderson. Down the left side, that's a good ball, but Kraft is able to get there first. That's the type of Shelby Kraft we know on the back line. It's going to be sent to McGee. She's got a chance to send it forward for Grant. She could be in on the right side of the box. Can she get there first? No, it's Cleveley who gets there. And that was a crucial pickup by the goalkeeper in red for Pepperdine.
If Molly Grant had gotten one more step ahead, I think that would have been a Bison's goal. Cleveley had to come out. She had no choice, and she's quick enough that she was able to get that stop, but that easily could have been the opening score of this afternoon's match.
Probably the best opportunity the Bisons have had, if not the best on both sides so far. Excellent work by Cleveley to get there first. Kelsey Hill, meanwhile, will play Duckett. Duckett in midfield. Right side, this could be a chance to break forward for Layla McFarland. She's taken down, but legally, says the referee. And Patty, after making the tackle, ducks down from McFadden's clearance. See the agility to get out of the way of that one. And Pepperdine back on the ball in their own half. This is Gifford. Kaylee Gifford, a grad student, started all 4 matches this season for Pepperdine, 286 minutes, and meanwhile it runs down the left side and still in. A bit of an error that time from Hanger. She thought it had run out, but no harm, no foul. Emily Patty able to clear that one away. Pepperdine back on their own back line. Here's Duckett again. She's seen a lot of the ball at that defensive midfield spot. And meanwhile, Pepperdine trying to work through midfield. It's not going to work out. Nice defending by Emmy Shirk, the Luzerne, Switzerland native. As this one's sent forward from the Bisons, it comes from Patty's foot, but it's again not going to find anyone for the Bisons. Lipscomb struggling to connect on those long balls, but here's Kraft, and she can move forward with pace. She does so. She's still on the ball. She's got a chance to pass to Grant. She'll hold on to it. A step over and moves it to the left. What a great ball in for Rogers. She's just got the keeper to beat, and she can't get a shot off. A bit surprising she didn't take that first time, but all credit goes to the lady between the sticks, Zoe Cleverly. Another big save for her without even having to face a shot.
But I think Cam Pickett also did a great job of shielding Cammie Rogers and pushing her off the ball. She didn't give up on that, even though it would have been really easy to. It seemed that Cammie Rogers was easily going to take a shot, and Cam Pickett's made it where she couldn't.
Meanwhile, coming down the right side, Pepperdine with a chance. This is Libard. Can't hold on to it. Excellent defending, and no foul once again. Both players the worse for wear after that one. But Duckett will win it back, and Pepperdine have the ball again. They can reset. One thing the Pepperdine seems to have that the Bisons don't is that option to just play it back and have a bit of security on the back line. Meanwhile, they move forward with Anderson. This is a good ball down the right. And we'll see if they can keep it in down there. They can. That's Waldeck. She's still got it. Moving into the middle. That's a good pass, but Patty's equal to it. Nice clearance from her. Patty's looked fantastic on the right side. What a turn that is. Allie Dunn putting on a show, and meanwhile it's Grant moving forward. Couldn't quite receive a pass from McGee, but now McGee will send it. And it is deflected and possessed by Pepperdine once again. Grant really wanted that run through the middle that time, and McGee didn't quite open up enough space to send it off.
And I don't know for sure, even if she had gotten that pass, she might have been offsides. I couldn't tell. It seemed like she may have had a step on the defender.
Yeah, that is her style, to flirt with that offside line. As meanwhile, Pepperdine moving forward. They could have a chance again. Still down the left, a bit of a contact there, but they play on. Ooh, a nice header away from McFadden. That would have been a golden opportunity for the Waves. Rogers gets all the way back to clear it. And right across midfield, it'll be a Pepperdine throw. We'll also see our first substitutions of this one, both of them for the Waves. Looks like you've got Kaylee Gifford coming off at center back, and also exiting is Layla McFarland on the right side. Let you know who's coming in whenever we can. But meanwhile, Pepperdine back underway. It's sent back from Hill. Cleverly on it. Substitute's going to be number 13, Trinity Watson. She's just come into the match, the senior from Ocean Beach, California. Up until today, had played in every single minute for Pepperdine, but making her first appearance in the match right now. Hill on the ball. She sends it forward. That's Laparo. Down the right side, this is going to be a chance for Waldeck. Waldeck trying to beat Patty. She's been impenetrable so far, and again, proves herself a tough defender to get around. It's going to be a throw-in right by the corner flag for Pepperdine. We'll see a third substitution.
That's an even more impressive stop from Emily Patty, considering that she was the one who just tried to make that offensive run. So she's almost in the offensive third for the Bisons, sprints all the way back down, and still gets a clean tackle on tired legs.
Meanwhile, it's Carly Gimona who's going to come off. Skylar Eng is going to replace her. And back on the ball, Joella Anderson. Anderson switches to the left side, well defended, and the Bisons can come the other way. Getting numbers forward, the ball comes from Dunn. It's going to find Kraft, and she's not able to hold on to it. but it will be a Bison's throw. Just 15 minutes to go in this first half, and again, the uncommon moments of defensive errors and a little bit of confusion on the back line as well just continue for Lipscomb. A bit fortunate they haven't been punished for that yet. This one's going to come off of Molly Grant, and it'll be a Pepperdine throw.
I'm surprised we haven't seen a sub for Lipscomb yet. It looks like Haley Williams is getting ready to come into the game for the Bisons. But the way they've been playing, you've got to guess that they were getting tired out on that field with just 15 minutes left in the half. It's a lot of running. We are blessed with a beautiful night here in Nashville, so that is helping them out a little bit. It's not too hot.
Well, meanwhile, down the left side, Cami Rogers with a chance. She laid that one off and I think put it out of play, so Pickett is able to throw it in. Through the middle, it could be a chance to break forward. That one's sent back from Guilfoy. It's going to find Puckett. She's on the ball again. Moving it forward, and Katya Hanger is able to possess that one rather easily. McFadden on the ball, and now it's Patty. And again, there's so much depth in this Lipscomb team despite all the injuries. You've got so many quality players they can call on. You'd imagine this is the time that they do it, and you do have a couple of players from that substitutes bench who are at the stats table, ready to check in at the next opportunity. Haley Williams is one of them. Striker from St. Simon's Island, Georgia. Meanwhile, it's Hill. Pickett loses it, and now it's going to be Grant breaking forward. Shirk on the ball, plays it forward for Rogers, and it didn't pan out there down the left side. So it's Pickett on the ball again. Cam Pickett breaking forward, plenty of time, and that's a great ball. It's not going to find anybody for Pepperdine, but that was a dangerous opportunity. McFadden had to be ready for it, and Graham playing with danger a little bit. Getting that one to her teammate. This one sent forward, and it could find Grant on the run. It won't quite. Excellent defending by Trinity Watson. Also in the game is Callista Reyes. She wins a free kick, and Pepperdine can get forward from here. Well, they'll play it back for now. Left side, Reyes, that's a nice turn. Still on the ball, and she'll send it across the middle. That's a big error and a chance for Lipscomb to pounce. This is McGee. Can she beat Hill? She's got it, takes a touch, and she's not able to get a shot off. That's another chance that Lipscomb just haven't pulled the trigger on. Pepperdine, after a couple of bounces in the attack, with a good chance forward. This is a good ball. And excellent shielding work by McFadden. Physical defending inside, and keep in mind, she's usually an outside back, so having to play center back due to some injuries for the Bisons, and she's doing a fantastic job in the center.
She's really owned that role of playing center back, and I think it's helped having Shelby Kraft right above her as a defensive mid. They're able to swap out. McFadden's able to go in and take some crosses in the box off of corners and continue to attack in the offensive third as well.
Well, let's see what Lipscomb can do in the offensive third as Allie Dunn's going to send it in the middle, and just missing on the outside post is Cami Rogers. How has she left that one wide? That was the chance to go ahead.
That was an incredible opportunity by Lipscomb, arguably the best opportunity that either team has had so far this afternoon.
Yeah, those are those frustrating chances that just come inches away. And Cammie's the one you want in front of goal in that moment. What a pass as well from Dunn on the right side. Just doesn't quite turn out for the Bisons. That's an unfortunate turn of events. Williams has come in for the Bisons. Looks like you've also got Tori Wheeler in the game, the Georgia Bulldog transfer. There's another Power 5 transfer for you.
And I think Grace Oliver is also in this matchup now as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's 3 attacking changes for the Bisons. Not particularly surprised. Haven't created a whole lot, especially not for their standards. So you get Wheeler in as a midfielder and Williams as a center striker more or less, and you've got Grace Oliver as an attacker as well. Pepperdine, though, mounting an attack of their own. Nice work by Kraft to stay in front of her opposite number, and now it's going to be Rogers moving forward. Taken down, but the Bison's able to progress. Here's Wheeler. This is sent across, and it's not quite going to have the height to find Grant. Good defending in the end by Watson. Rogers back on the ball, nice header. Cuts it back and plays it to Patty. McFadden on the ball. Maybe a little bit of a poor touch, but she's able to play it back to Graham, and Hanger on the ball. This is Carapazza. She sends it forward and trying to find Grant. Not going to work out, and it's Watson on the ball again for Pepperdine. Here's Duckett. Sends it back cleverly. Getting it forward for Lepard. Lepard still with it. And Reyes is going to receive a foul. So we'll have a free kick for Lipscomb. Or sorry, given away by Lipscomb. The Waves will have the free kick with just under 10 minutes in this first half. Man, after such a great chance, you imagine that would have been the opportunity to go ahead. Do you think we get another one like that, Erica, before the first half whistle blows?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if Pepperdine tries to bring the attack more to Lipscomb's side. It's sort of tapered off a little bit for the last 10-15 minutes. It seemed Lipscomb was getting more of the chances, and I know the Waves want to get it back in their offensive third.
They have been dangerous when they've got the ball in that type of area. Of course, they haven't found the scoreboard yet. And meanwhile, that's a great play to knock it back and a chance to play in. Not going to quite work out as Rogers gets there first, and it'll be a Pepperdine throw. Looks like we'll have a substitution for the Waves as well. Looks like it's going to be Olivia Packer out of Las Vegas, the redshirt junior. Attacker is going to replace number 27, Tabitha Leparle, freshman who's seen a lot of time in her first year with the Waves. Meanwhile, it's Duckett on the ball off the throw-in. Watson sends that one wide. It gets past Grace Oliver. And left side, it's Joella Anderson sending it back for Reyes. Reyes will play it in from a long distance. That one's cleared away by Logan McFadden. And it'll give us a Pepperdine throw-in. 4 shots, 3 on goal for Pepperdine so far, looking to create a 5th down the left side. And that one's not going to pan out. The substitute, Packer, wasn't able to get there down the left. Looks like Coach OB, as he's well known, Kevin O'Brien, is lining up a couple more substitutes. If I had to guess from here, looks like it might be Christy Jones to come on, and maybe Evie Reeder as well. Would be a couple of midfield substitutions if that were the case, as Lipscomb get the ball back underway after the offside call. It's Grant. Not quite able to hold the play up. She had Wheeler and Rogers helping her out, but she couldn't hold on to it, and now there's a lot of space for Pepperdine to break with. Moving down the right side is Shelby Little. Plays it through the center, and we've got a free kick. We'll bring it back.
I didn't think they were going to let Tori Wheeler get away with that slide tackle, but she almost did there for a second.
Yeah. Kevin Terry had advantage on his mind, and he will bring it back for Pepperdine. So about 30 yards away from goal, more or less, and not exactly a place where you want your player to shoot from necessarily, but if you're Pepperdine, it's a great chance to put this in the middle and see what you can't get on a header. Looks like doing the honors is Trinity Watson. She'll send it in to the far post and head it away. That was a dangerous moment for the Bisons, but able to clear it, and now Molly Grant with the ball.
Great job by CJ Graham to just get that ball out of there. She's owned her box all night long. She hasn't backed down from any challenge that the Waves have thrown her way.
That's right. Not typically one to back down, CJ Graham, as she's proven today. And all season long, really, as this one's sent in for the Waves. It's not going to pan out for him, and that's a nice turn by Grant to win the ball. And this one goes out of play. As one of the Lipscomb substitutes to be just picked it up and played with it herself on the sideline for a moment. Pepperdine back underway on the left side, and they can't get anything going there. Katya Hanger makes sure of it. Down the right side from Hanger, trying to find Grant. That one's going to take a positive deflection for the Bisons off of Trinity Watson. And that's going to allow the Bisons to make their substitutions.
We may not have mentioned Trinity Watson as much tonight, but she has caused all kinds of problems for Molly Grant on that side, and now it appears that she will continue to cause problems, but this time for Sky Bond, as Sky Bond tries to bring it in the box.
That's right. Ooh, offside is the call. Tori Wheeler was right in the area to take a shot, had the flag stayed down. I do think it's a good call, though, on the outside.
That's such a hard position because you don't have offsides on a throw-in, and then instantly you have to get back onsides for any sort of pass. So that's where you see a lot of these offsides calls, is in situations like that.
Yeah, trying to get back onside when that's not the case for a while is a tough thing to do. Pepperdine will throw it in. The Lipscomb faithful a bit disappointed that the referee didn't bring that one a little bit farther back, but meanwhile Patty wins it back. That's going to go straight to Watson. And Pepperdine will promptly give it away as well. So along the right side, looks like the substitute out there. Summer Elmore is checked in. I believe she replaced Carapazza. Yeah, that's right. So Summer Elmore in for Carapazza, and Sky Bond has replaced Molly Grant in the attack. Looks like we've got a handball that the assistant has flagged against Lipscomb. So under 5 minutes to go in the half. Pepperdine have a free kick, but they really haven't created a whole lot of chances in the last 10-15 minutes.
No, I think Lipscomb they've kind of gotten more into a rhythm on that back line. We see better passes from Logan McFadden, Katia Hanger, and Shelby Kraft. And it seems they've figured out how Pepperdine likes to attack, and they're able to get back into a more comfortable defensive rhythm.
They have certainly settled in, and we'll see one more substitution for the Bisons. So coming off is Cami Rogers, earning some very deserved rest, and as you can see on the sideline, she is a fan favorite and a team favorite, getting some standing ovations and jumping ovations, to be exact, as this one's going to go out for another Lipscomb throw. Looks like replacing her is going to be number 31, and that's Angela Steidel. Steidel, one of the more recently announced players to this team, a late transfer from Furman University in South Carolina. She is a Nashville native. And this one's going to go out off of the Waves, so Emily Patty gets it back underway. Tori Wheeler sending it forward, trying to find Haley Williams. And Williams keeping it up there, but it will be a Pepperdine throw. 3 minutes left in the half. It's looking less and less likely we see a goal in this first half. This one's sent in, and it'll go right to Tori Wheeler. Wheeler tried a backheel that time, but deflected and dispossessed. Now here come Pepperdine. This could be a promising break. Down the right side, it's Little. Great defending that time. The two number 8s going at it, and McFadden, the victor. Here's Steidel. Through the left side, that's a great ball. And here's Sky Bond. Bond with an opportunity. Can she get a shot away? She can't, but she'll play it to the right side. This is a chance for Oliver, and she skies that one over the bar. You love to see any type of shot going at goal after a half where we've lacked shots in the most part, but ideally you want to put that one on goal.
Absolutely, it was good ball control, though, by Sky Bond over to Grace Oliver. It seemed that Grace Oliver just got a little bit tripped up in that far corner, and as she was falling, tried to kick the ball, which obviously made it go way above the crossbar, but still another promising chance for the Bisons. If they continue to attack, eventually the ball will go in the goal.
Yeah, that's right. That's what your coaches always told you growing up, and it does seem to ring true at the highest levels as well. Pepperdine will throw this one in for midfield, but no one there. Although, as I say that, they do a good job winning it back, and it's going to touch Katya Hanger last. So Pepperdine have another throw. That one blocked nicely. I think it came off of Oliver that time. But Pepperdine still with it through midfield. Little with a nice header. Is it going to find somebody in white? Oh, my goodness. A couple of errors there on the back line. A couple of deflections that almost caused problems, but Graham able to pick that one up in the end. And she'll send it out wide to Elmore. Summer Elmore, an outside back who's not seen a whole lot of time for the Bisons, but this seemed very high on her potential. A redshirt freshman from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Her sister Britt is college soccer player as well, plays for the Troy University Trojans in Alabama. Under a minute to go in this one, and Cam Pickett trying to set something up for the Waves before this first half ends. Watson gets around Bond. Bond, a pesky defender though. Still tries to win it back. Kraft is going to get it. It goes out of play, but it's a Bison's throw. And the referee is going to hold this one back. Important because we've got a running clock and under 30 seconds to go. But he will let them get underway now. They
With
don't hold it for
college soccer,
long.
no stoppage time, so 15 seconds are all that's left in this half.
That's all we get. It is a little bit different
10,
from
9,
typical soccer
8,
rules.
7, 6,
And with that in mind, under 5 seconds to go, this is going to be the end of the first half. After 45 minutes at Lipscomb Soccer Complex in Nashville, your score 0-0 between the Pepperdine Waves and your Lipscomb Bisons. Plenty of chances towards the end for the home side, but no goals to show for it. We'll be right back for live second half action for Erica Plunkett and myself, Danny Catula. Thanks for joining us on the YouTube Lipscomb Women's Soccer Network. See you in a moment. Second half underway between Pepperdine and Lipscomb right here at the Lipscomb Soccer Complex. 0-0 between the two sides. But plenty of chances on both sides, especially towards the end of the first half. Definitely a first 20 minutes or so to forget for the Bisons, but they did forget it. They moved on, and they looked a lot better towards the end of that first period.
Absolutely. The first half of the first half, it was Pepperdine consistently in Lipscomb's box, and they had several scary chances if you're the Bisons right in the middle, where Katia Hanger and Logan McFadden got switched up, and no one was in the middle but CJ Graham. CJ Graham took care of business, but the Bisons were finally able to respond once they settled down. We saw a lot of pinball passing in the first part of the first half, and really from both teams, but Lipscomb especially, and they all seemed to settle down and get into a rhythm. And so now it's a question of who's going to be able to capitalize first.
That's right, Allie Dunn looking to do that right now early on in the second half. Chance to cross it in, it's deflected, and that'll earn the Bisons their first corner of the second half. Both teams taking 4 shots each in the first half. Pepperdine putting 3 on goal, Lipscomb only 1 on target. 5 fouls against the Waves, only 4 against the Bisons, and now we'll level up the corner count with 2 for each side. Looks like it's going to be Carapaza to take this one. And it comes. It's a dangerous chance. Partially cleared away. And it'll come to the top of the box. Sent right back in. Headed to the top of the box. This one sent in the middle. And that's a dangerous clash. You always give the keeper the benefit of the doubt there. It's her ball to claim. But tough contact there. Logan McFadden getting herself in the way. Meanwhile, got a Pepperdine throw on the far side. Sent in, and Lipscomb win that one quickly. Kraft getting it, sending it forward. And Molly Grant getting on the end of it left side. That's a nice ball in. Try to get it back to her. I think she would have been offside, and in fact, the referee does raise his flag. So we'll see a Pepperdine free kick, but the pressure's been all from Lipscomb so far early on in these first couple of minutes.
And they were definitely aided by that corner kick. One reason why Lipscomb loves corner kicks so much. Obviously, any team loves having a chance to kick it into the box off of a set piece, but it really gives Logan McFadden a chance to come up off of that back defensive line where she's usually stuck being a center
Interrupt
back.
for a moment as Molly Grant takes a strike. What a stop by Cleveley that time. Sorry to interrupt that time, Erica. But
No,
what a
that
chance.
chance was beautiful from Molly Grant, and it really was the first save outside of a corner kick that we've had to see Cleveley make. We've seen some absolute fantastic defending from Cam Pickett to make it where the Bisons aren't even taking shots when they get into the box.
Yeah, Pickett's done very well on the right side. Opposite her, some excellent work from Trinity Watson on the left back position. Strong defensive line for Pepperdine. It's one of the reasons why they're so highly rated and why they've had so much success. 2 clean sheets in their first 4 matches. This one's going to come in. In fact, it was their first 2 matches of the season that they grabbed those shutout wins in. Ever since they lost 2-1 to Long Beach State. And then they beat UC Riverside 4-1. But now looking to beat the Bisons, and they'll start to do it now. Left side, that's excellent defending by Kraft. Reestablishing herself as a force in midfield, and Bisons winning it back with Allie Dunn. This one sent forward from Hanger. Header back from Watson. And she will beat Molly Grant with that pass across her goal. Hill will play it to the right side. This is Pickett. Pepperdine again calm and collected in midfield, and there's no reason not to be because there's not a lot of pressure from Lipscomb right now. That's a good ball forward, and there's a lot of space. Sent through the middle. LaParle. That one's going to touch a Bison, but it nearly falls really well for Joella Anderson. It's cleared away in the end. That was a dangerous play, but Pepperdine have a throw. 50 minutes gone. Duckett will hold on to this one, and she'll send one from distance. Long distance from the goal as well in the end, but not a bad idea. And it's a bit concerning as, you know, a Bison supporter to watch how much space they have in midfield to shoot from.
And that's where Pepperdine is the strongest. Their leading scorer is one of their midfielders. I believe it's Carly Giamana.
Yeah, it sure is. 2 goals in her 4 matches, and all 4 of them being starts. 7 shots, 3 on target. Trinity Watson on the back line also has 2. But yeah, you look at that midfield, and it's star-studded, to say the least, for Pepperdine. Those are not the players that you want to give open space to. And yet that's exactly what's happening, is Pepperdine will win the ball back. Watson through the middle. It beats Carapazza, and now through the middle. That's a great 1-2 pass off the head of Emily Patty. And Kraft able to clear it.
And I think Emily Patty really was the star of the first half for the Bisons all over the field. She was attacking in the offensive and middle thirds for the Bisons. And then in the defensive third, she was lights out. There was no one that was going to get past her on the left side. And she just continues to attack. She's going up against forwards and midfielders that are much taller than her, and it hasn't stopped her once.
Well, and right there, she's proving she's got a lot of strength on the ball. Gets knocked down and is still able to play it down the left side. No one able to receive it. But Patty's done a fantastic job in both halves so far. Knoxville, Tennessee native. She started all 4 matches so far this season. Put up 349 minutes on that back line. Put up an assist and 2 shots in the attack. That's a nice back heel, but it's not going to turn out. Shelby Kraft was ready for it, and she has some nice moves of her own. Plays it out to the left side, and we'll see what the Bisons can do here with McGee. Still with it, playing it through the middle, and that's wide open for Duckett. Left side, Kaylee Gifford. Watson. It's great defending by Kraft, and look how far up the pitch she is right now. Usually a defender, a center back by trade, but has been kind of moved up to defensive midfielder in this new look formation for the Bisons, and even at defensive midfield, she finds herself more like an attacker sometimes. Down the right side, Pepperdine with Pickett. Still Pickett. That's some nice work, but they can't quite keep it alive. It looks like McFadden will get there first, and all she can do there is clear it away. So a Pepperdine throw in an attacking area. 37 minutes to go.
And it seems like Logan McFadden might have been looking for a foul. She was pointing at something further up the sideline and knew the only thing she could do was to kick that ball out of bounds, even though it gave Pepperdine a throw in the Bison's defensive third.
A foul sure would have been helpful. But Lipscomb defending the hard way at the moment. And they're doing it well. Still in the area, though. Pepperdine looking to create a couple of passes. There's the 1-2 they needed. Again, great defending for the Bisons, and now they win the ball back. Moving forward with it is a great pass from Molly Grant. Just one to beat on the right side, but far away from goal. Still with it. That's going to come off the head of a Pepperdine defender, and I think that touched Grant last. It sure did, so we'll have a Pepperdine throw in. That's never where you want to absorb contact like that, and especially not from somebody who can hit it as hard as Grant can, but excellent defending there on the back line. I believe it was Kaylee Gifford who got her head in the way. Allie Dunn, great job to win the ball back. It's sent to McGee. Off the pass from Grant, and it's cleared away. Miscommunication, but Kraft is able to win it for the Bisons. Sent forward. And the Waves are able to get back on the ball. Nice layoff that time. And now moving forward off the pass from McFarland, it's Giamona. Good ball in. This could be a chance for Walduck. She sends it to the left side. What can they do from here? The shot deflected, and it's out for a throw-in. Not a corner kick, but awfully close to that corner flag. Excellent defending by Hanger that time to clear it away.
Yes, and an even better job to make that a throw-in instead of a corner kick. It really limits Pepperdine's options.
Yeah, it changes a lot of this restart of play as far as what you can create and what you can put into the box. As now we will see the corner. No, actually, it's going to take a touch off of Pepperdine last, and that'll be a Lipscomb goal kick, so that tells you how much difference it makes. And when you're Katya Hanger in that position, it's really a next level skill to be able to have that thought of where you're playing the ball as you're thinking, I just have to play this ball out. you're also thinking of where is it going. What a touch that is from Allie Dunn. She'll send it forward for Molly Grant. That won't pan out, but McGee with some pressure. Watson will play it across to Hill. Kelsey Hill plays her keeper. Pickett forward. That's a nice little flick. And sent across the middle from Anderson. This one sent full. This was what was lacking for the majority of those last 15 minutes of the first half. As they'll win the ball again in a dangerous area. That's a bad giveaway from the Bisons. Here's Duckett. Nice ball forward, and this is a good ball across. It's a great dummy, and a shot! It nearly catches Graham unawares. But what a save to get to her right side and palm that one away. Fantastic stop. Off balance, away from where that was headed. A sneaky attempt, but CJ Graham once again proving one of the best goalkeepers in the division.
Absolutely. That chance by Layla McFarland was very well played. You mentioned a little sneaky. She saw that Carapaza was holding up and was waiting for the ball to roll to her and was going to take that outside, and McFarland just stormed in and took it from her and put CJ Graham on the spot, but CJ Graham delivered.
Yeah, Graham, fantastic save. We'll see if she's calling into action again. That's a great ball in, but no one able to get it in the center. Pepperdine able to regroup, though. Down the left side. Looking to play it in. That's a nice move. Watson plays it in, and it's again deflected. Again, a corner. Nice job by Kraft to concede that one. Looks like it is going to be the left back, Trinity Watson. And make no mistake, she's a defender, but one of the best attackers on this team for Pepperdine. She'll send it in again. This one headed from the far post. And it's not going to find its target, so 13 minutes in, still no score. Almost reaching the 60th minute overall. And neither the Bisons nor the Waves have found a way to break the opposing defense, but you feel like it's coming. Both teams getting closer and closer in the attack, and CJ Graham will launch one to see if the Bisons can formulate something. That's not the way to start it, as Duckett's going to win it right back. Some more pinball in midfield, and Pepperdine come away the victors. Down the right side, moving through the center now. This is a great pass back. And it's played out to the left. Here's Kaylee Gifford. Gifford back to Hill. Sent forward, and here's Pickett. Nice defending, and Lipscomb can break the other way. What a ball through. And now in acres of space, it's Cami McGee. Just the keeper to beat. Can she put it on target? She can, but it's just wide. I think it took a touch. It didn't. It's going to go out for a goal kick, and McGee so close. What a ball in to just unlock that final third, but no finish on the end of it. Molly Grant's had chances. McGee's had a chance. Cami Rogers had a chance in the first half, and no one able to put it away for Lipscomb.
And that hustle by Trinity Watson really put the pressure on Cami McGee and rushed her to take that touch that wasn't as strong as she would have wanted. Trinity Watson really has taken a beating all night long. She has played such a physical defensive role and has presented all kinds of problems, not only for McGee, but primarily actually for Molly Grant on that right side.
She is a pesky defender to go up against, as the Bisons have it on their own defensive line. Still with it and in a bit of trouble, but getting it away. Allie Dunn playing it back, and looks like we've got a Pepperdine free kick. So they'll have a chance to break the pressure here. Looks like it'll be Duckett to get us underway. She's got it again on the free kick. Nice job by Grant. Oh, and a bit of a miscommunication. A couple of Bisons going for the same ball. But Dunn is able to play it back. This one from Carapaza. Nice header away. Into the fray, and Dunn again working hard to get on the ball. Not a whole lot of wingers that you see that physical out on the outside, winning the ball back. And here's going to be Kraft. Playing it across the left. Pickett is there. Pickett's been a very strong outside back for Pepperdine as well. And now trying to build something is Laparle, but she can only play it back. She'll see it again now, and that one's going to go out of play. It's a Lipscomb throw-in the attack.
And one thing that you mentioned in the first half is Pepperdine consistently is passing the ball back to their back line to move it forward. Lipscomb, it seems like you'll have Emily Patty, for instance, playing more of an attacking role, but she's still close to her back line. And so Lipscomb doesn't really have as much of an option to pass the ball back. It seems like Pepperdine is breathing down their throats, and any pass back would be way too dangerous to attempt. So that's definitely given Pepperdine an advantage. It gives them more time to breathe, and they're better rested right now because of it, here with about 30 minutes left in the second half.
You really wonder how much stamina will play into the final results here, especially if we get to a situation where there's overtime or even double overtime. Keep in mind, that's another one of the rules that changes in collegiate soccer on both the men's and women's fronts from professional soccer and most youth soccer setups as well. If you get through 90 minutes and there's a draw, you can go through 2 10-minute overtime periods. They're both golden goals, so if anyone scores in those 20 minutes, they are the winner. But if there's no goal in those 2 10-minute periods, you then have, wow, I thought we were going to have a free kick there in midfield, but the referee won't budge. And now this one's sent in from Pepperdine. Finish the thought. If you don't get any goals in those 2 10-minute periods, it does end in a draw. Lipscomb sending this one into the attack. Can McGee get her head there? She can. Nice work by Hill to get there first, but the rebound's going to fall to Kraft. Left side, and just too much on that for Cami Rogers. Not a whole lot of balls that Cami can't run down. Just a little bit too much weight on that pass from Kraft. Lipscomb trying to make up for that mistake, and they will win the ball back with McFadden, who has kind of moved out to a, no, I'm sorry, that's Carapazza. And all the way back with it is Carapazza again. Katya Hanger. That's a fantastic move. Bison still on the ball. Playing it in the attack, and onside is Molly Grant. Flicked it on for nobody there with her. And again, this is a surprise for the Bisons. They'll win it back in the attack, though. Shirk is going to find Kraft. Kraft still with it, tried to beat 3 defenders at a time. And for anybody else, you'd say that's an ill-advised move, but Shelby Kraft, one of those players who can do anything. They'll win the ball again in the attack. Here's Allie Dunn. Can she slip it in for McGee? She'll take it herself. And again, just missing that far post. More than a few times we've said that today, just inches away from the post. Some good opportunities, starting to create chances, starting to put shots on goal, but they can't finish any of them.
And Pepperdine has still, though, done a fantastic job of actually keeping Lipscomb outside the box. Most of Lipscomb's shots are starting to come outside the box, and really inside the box, I think we've had one chance to really speak of.
Yeah, the Kimi Rogers chance there. That ball across goal from Allie Dunn in the first half is the one that stands out to me the most. Lipscomb getting this one back in play. It's going to come from Patty all the way into the middle. Fly ball of sorts. Working really hard to win it back is Patty, but she can't do so. Pepperdine back on the ball and moving through midfield. Moving down the right, Anderson plays it through. Lipscomb's there once again. Kraft clearing it away. But they're still working down the right side, Pepperdine. Sent to the top of the box, and Kraft is there again. She's all over the field at the moment. That one was not really what was intended from Jamona, but it works out, and moving down the right side, still a chance for Pepperdine. Sent back, and what a shot that is. It's going to hit the top of the Lipscomb lettering on the netting behind us. Not really what you were hoping to achieve from a shot from there, but again, Pepperdine not afraid to take shots from outside. That's their 9th shot of the day, only 4 on target so far. Neither team have a 50% or higher shots on goal rate. Pepperdine just under 50%, and Lipscomb only 2 of their 7 shots have been on goal. That pass is going to work out very favorably, but Molly Grant's subsequent pass does not. And here's Duckett. Still moving, left side. Waldeck. Waldeck playing it through and just a little bit behind her intended target, but it is still going to be a chance, and it's a shot from distance. It's blocked and cleared away. Lipscomb are on their heels right now, but the defensive line is holding up. This one might come in from Watson. It is, and Now on the left side, that's excellent defending. It nearly found Joel Anderson.
And one thing that makes Pepperdine so strong up front is they move a lot. You'll see the strikers and the midfielders all over on both sides. It doesn't matter if it's their side or not. And it'll draw the Lipscomb defenders across. We've seen Carapaza all the way on the left side of the field, right in front of Emily Patty on several occasions, chasing down her man. And it's caused a lot of gaps for Lipscomb. And it's clear to see why Pepperdine has been so successful against some really top-tier programs.
Yeah, that's right. Lipscomb with those components that make them so hard to beat, no matter how prestigious or talented an opposing team may be. And for the moment, even though it's not been Lipscomb's best game, they're not getting beat in this one either. Moving down the right side, and Duckett with an ill-advised play, but it's not whistled. Referee saying she got the ball first. Most in the crowd today do not agree. But Pepperdine back on the ball in their own half.
And I think that look from Cammie McGee also showed some disagreement with the ref's decision.
Just a bit. This one's sent back across midfield. And that's a good ball on the left. Grant's on it. She'll send it back, and it's deflected, so a Lipscomb throw on the far side. Wind picking up for a little bit here. Looks like Patty to throw it in. She's done a little bit of everything today, hasn't she? As she'll find Kraft, who has done the exact same. This is a good ball for Carapaza, but a nice header away. So Lipscomb will earn a throw, but the danger averted for now. 67th minute, and we'll see 2 substitutions for Lipscomb.
Checking in for the Bisons, number 10, Grace Oliver, and number 31.
Looks like it's going to be Grace Oliver and Angela Steidel coming in.
Number 7, Allie Dunn.
Looks like Allie Dunn and Kami Rogers, the 2 to leave the pitch. So a couple of attacking changes. Lipscomb getting this one in, and Kraft will send it right back to Carapaza, but her touch doesn't work out. It is going to fall for Kraft. And now it's Pickett. Gives it up. And this is a dangerous chance. Shirk from distance. She had to go from long range, almost 40 yards from goal that time. The Swiss Dynamo in midfield trusted herself, but couldn't quite get enough air on that one. Pretty easily saved by Clevely. And on the back line again, plenty of space for Pepperdine. In midfield, Gemona. Good ball through. Here's Waldeck. Back in the midfield. And it's from Leparle. Waldeck with it. Still Tori Waldeck. Left side. Moving all the way down the left. Is she onside? It looks like she is, but it doesn't find anybody the cross. Other side, a chance for Pepperdine. Nice defending that time. Another deflection from Kraft. 2 in 1 play. Still on the right side for Pepperdine. Can they put anything in the box? Moving towards the middle now. Top of the box, Leparle. Has a go from distance, and that's over the bar again. Shot number 12 from Pepperdine, and so many they've skied over the bar. Now looks like Kami McGee is going to take a seat. I believe it's Haley Williams to replace her. Also a couple of substitutions for the Waves. This is that time in the match where you start to see some fatigue from the players who have been in for the majority of this match, and it does make sense tactically that both teams are making some of those changes. This one's sent right to Reyes, one of the recent substitutes for Pepperdine. They'll play it back, and Duckett's going to send it forward. Played across. Pickett. Pickett still with it, and she'll give the ball up there. Here's a chance for Lipscomb to break. That's a good ball through, but not quite the quality that was needed. Good defending in the end. And Pickett will send it back. Watson for Hill. Pickett on the ball, and a bit of pressure coming from Lipscomb now. Pickett's able to escape it. Nice dribbling from her to turn around her defender. Waldeck. Right side. McFarland. Finding Waldeck again. Trying to put it in the middle, and the referee is going to bring this one back for a free kick. rightfully so, but you feel like there were a couple of chances that were similar that Lipscomb weren't given.
Absolutely, and this is going to set up a very, very good chance for Pepperdine. It's almost like an ideal corner kick. It's in that same distance from goal, but you have a little better angle if you're the one taking this kick.
Absolutely, and an angle you don't prepare for as much in training. This one comes in! A glancing header, it doesn't find the goal, still in the area, bouncing around, cleared away partially. Wallach plays it out. Right side again, McFarland. Set back. And it's all the way back to Pickett. Pickett still with it, and she'll play it all the way to Trinity Watson, the last line of defense. Molly Grant working hard to try and win this ball back. Kraft doing the same. No one able to get on it, though. So moving down the left, it's going to be a chance for Pepperdine to continue, but it's out of bounds. Into touch, as they would say on the other side of the pond, and a throw in for the Bisons.
With this latest round of substitutions, we've really seen Haley Williams take on more of the attack up front, giving Molly Grant a little bit more of a break. It was Molly Grant chasing the ball all around Pepperdine's defensive third for most of the second half. And so bringing in Haley Williams gives them both a chance to take a breather and hopefully have better offensive chances.
That's the plan anyway, as 18 minutes to go. Still plenty of time for either side to find a winning goal, or perhaps there's more than one in it. CJ Graham on the ball after a routine save. This one sent out for Oliver. She couldn't get her head on it, but Shirk is able to get it with her foot, and now here's Kraft. Left side. What can they do here? There's a good ball through. It's going to find Williams at the edge of the box. Cuts it back. Sent in on a cross. No one there, deflected, and cleared away by Pepperdine. They're able to regroup now. Maybe a chance to break as well. Here's Devin Guilfoy. Guilfoy plays it out wide. That's Alex Sampson. Reyes out to the left. Watson. Watson switches to play, and Pickett's out wide. Pickett, one of those players who just never comes off for the Waves, and those types of players, there's usually 2 or 3 per team. You wonder if they're the type of players who might have to come off towards the end of this one. Meanwhile, down the right side, it's a great chance for the Waves. Opportunity cuts inside. A chance, crosses it. Not able to clear it. The Bisons still haven't gotten it away, and a shot on goal. But CJ Graham, that looked a lot easier than it was. Fantastic positioning to get across her goal and be ready for that shot. Graham will not get the credit she deserves for that one, but a fantastic save, and she boots it away. Pepperdine back on the ball quickly, though, looking to test Graham again. Nice work by Shelby Kraft, but she even can't get Anderson off the ball. So left side, Gifford on the pass from Reyes. Still Gifford. Plays it out left. This one sent in by Hobbs and cleared away by the Bisons. Here's Hill on the ball. Watson with it. Nice work by Molly Grant, but she can't quite stick a foot in and win the ball back. Those have been the chances that Lipscomb really developed late on in the first half that made them so dangerous, was pressing forward and winning the ball in attack off some errors for Pepperdine. But we'll see Summer Elmore come back in. She made an appearance in the first half as well. You imagine she'll check in for these remaining 16 minutes. Looks like she's replaced Allie Dunn. So Elmore, typically a defensive player, but looks like she'll be utilized in midfield for now. This one headed back, was looking for Grace Oliver that time, but didn't pan out. And now it's a chance for Pepperdine to break. Down the right side, can they beat Hanger? No, absolutely not. Katya Hanger was ready for that one, slides in, charges the shot down, and with 15 or so minutes to go, the Waves have a corner kick.
Great job by Katya Hanger to get back inside. She started to get pushed back outside by the attack and got inside just in time to save her and CJ Graham a whole lot of stress.
That would have been one of the Better chances for the Waves all day. In comes another one potentially. It's a short corner. This one sent across the middle. Nice header away. Still in the area though, still dangerous. Just outside the box, sent farther back. That's a nice move by Watson. Still Watson. Pepperdine still with it on the left, and that one's not gonna find anybody in white, so cleared away. Nobody forward for Lipscomb though. Duckett sends it forward. This one from Jamona sent across. Here's Hill. Hill with it and nearly loses it to Grant. Grant still chasing it. It's played all the way back to Cleveley. And it's going to find Grace Oliver. She gets it with her head, but Reyes wins it back. Knocks her down in the process. We play on. Loparo. Right side, Pickett. Still with Pickett for Pepperdine. Has to cut back, and here's Loparo again. In her own half. This is Hill. Laparle again, the freshman. In midfield trying to beat Kraft. Sends it wide. Reyes. Reyes with a shot from distance! It's over the bar again, but that one a little bit too close for comfort.
That one just barely skimmed over the top of the goal. You could see the net move with that. And CJ Graham didn't have a look on that shot. So a foot lower, that ball would have been in for the Waves. The Bisons just bring back in Cammie Rogers. They want her involved in this attack. She's had the best attack for the Bisons so far tonight. And Coach O'Brien is hoping that she can make it happen again, this time finish.
And bringing off Molly Grant in order to bring Rogers on, and that's a bit of an interesting move tactically. Rogers not typically a central striker. They like to play her more in midfield, but with Haley Williams in, she can be more of a target forward and allow Rogers to fill that kind of second striker position that they've been utilizing. Pepperdine back on the ball. Here's Hill. Pickett, right side. Through midfield. Here's Loparo. Still has it for Pepperdine. Nice play forward, trying to find Reyes. Doesn't pan out. And here's Oliver. What a touch to move down the right side, and it's a great ball through for Cammie Rogers if she can get there. But Hill is going to beat her to it. 12 minutes to go, and it's with Zoe Cleveley. Plays it out to Watson. This one sent forward. Carapazza trying to get there first. She can't. And now Katya Hanger out to try to clean it up. She's knocked down, and that's going to be a foul against Devin Guilfoy. Guilfoy isn't pleased. That was a pretty clear one for me. Carapazza off the free kick. Sends it across. It's a good ball from Williams. Is it going to find Rogers? She can't quite get there. It goes out of play. The promising signs are there, though, Erica, that this goal could be coming.
Absolutely, and I think there's promising signs from either side. We've seen Pepperdine have several good chances, Lipscomb having several good chances, and I think they're looking at that clock and seeing 12 minutes left and realizing that the pressure's on. Yes, they've got golden goal overtime, but they'd much rather get a goal here in regulation. Lipscomb is a deep team, but once again, they're without Leah Perry and Kelly Byler.
Two of the goal scorers you'd call on in a moment like this. Shelby Kraft winning it back. Hard to imagine Shelby Kraft ever getting injured. You imagine she'd just get back up and keep playing anyway. One of those absolute monsters in midfield. Graham on the ball. Plays it out left. Here's Patty. Patty gets it forward, but to no one in black, and so here's Duckett running the other way. This one through midfield. Here's Warlock. Warlock the shot, and deflected again. A diving save from CJ Graham. She'll usher that one out for a corner kick. 10 minutes left, and CJ Graham looks hard to stop.
She really does, and a lot of this game, it's felt like it's just been her back there. She's had to have several stops on her own,
And for the Bisons, number 7, Ellie Dunn.
And is commanding her back line well.
And for Pepperdine, number 19, Carly Jamona.
That's right, as we're going to see a couple of substitutions. For the Bisons, Allie Dunn is back in, another one of those players who you love to have in the attack in a moment like this, where you need a goal. She will replace Haley Williams, so now there's really no target forward, both Grant and Williams off the pitch. Wonder who fills that role. This one to the top of the box, and it's blocked. Cleared away. That was a dangerous moment to say the least. But Pepperdine back on the ball in their own half. This is Guilford. Plays it forward. Left side, it's sent back. Reyes. Reyes again. Moving forward, it's a good ball down the left side. Is it going to find Guilfoy? It is, but not in time. It goes out of play first. So Guilfoy, the redshirt senior from Brentwood, California, lets that one go out of play, and we'll have a Bison's throw in. Looks like Carapazza to take it. It's been a pretty dominant second half as far as attacking chances are concerned. It's now 18-8, the Pepperdine lead in shots taken. They put 7 shots on goal to Lipscomb's 3 as the Bisons earn another throw in their own half. Carapazza takes again. Headed back by Rogers. Off the shoulder, more or less, of a Pepperdine player. I believe it was Guilfoy. And now it's Laparle back on the ball. Trying to beat Kraft. Plays it out wide. Reyes. Guilfoy. Takes her time, finds Reyes again. Reyes wants a shot from distance. In fact, she'll play it to the far post. Finds the top of the box, but no one there in white. And here's a golden chance for the Bisons to break. They've got a couple of players forward. Trying to find one now. It's played in for Dunn. What a ball this is. Down the left side and without much support. Allie Dunn still with it. Might have taken a deflection, but it won't matter because it'll stay in bounds and it'll go right to Cleverly.
And I believe that might have actually been a pass from Allie Dunn over to Cammie Rogers on that far side. But either way, a good chance for the Bisons, and if they can continue to get those passes, hopefully this time into the middle.
That's where you want to put it, but Pepperdine have done a great job forcing Lipscomb to the outside, even when they have had those attacking chances. They've not really been in the positions that they want to have them in. Moved out to the right. Carapazza knocked down, and she'll win a free kick for that. It's going to go against Reyes that time, and the referee just going to have a word with him as well. Kevin Terry, the center referee tonight, he's done a good job in that position with the whistle, and he's managed this game pretty well.
I agree, he's taking care of anything that would have gotten out of hand had he not stopped it.
Well, here comes Carapazza. Her free kick was very dangerous, but it finds a Pepperdine head, and they're able to clear it away and move forward now. Turning defense into attack down the left side. Guilfoy. Still Guilfoy looking for Walduck. Walduck still with it. Trying to beat Carapazza, and she does with the nutmeg down the left side. Can she play it across the middle? Partially cleared away by Patty. A second effort cleared away. Duck it at the top. Nicely defended, and now the Bisons, trying to break away, but they can't quite do so. Kelsey Hill on the ball. Pepperdine just inches away. But in the same vein, the Bisons, when they get the ball back, are creating chances themselves here. Reyes at the top of the box. She has another shot. Again, it's over the bar. So many close chances. 6 minutes to go. 2 more substitutions for the Waves.
Carapazza has really made an impact for the Bisons as of late. She's playing a lot more in the second half than we typically see her play per half. Normally, Coach O'Brien subs her out about the 10-ish minute mark left, 10 or 15. So she's staying this game late, and she's earned her spot. Coach O'Brien likes what she's been able to do in the back right.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Carapazza, the Tarpon Springs, Florida native, was a homeschooled student. She started in every match, but as you said, there's been 70 minutes of the 4 matches that she hasn't been in. 290 total so far. She's been responsible for All 3 clean sheets for the Bisons this year. Only conceded 1 goal all season. Pepperdine back on the ball in midfield. Left side, that's excellent defending by Kraft. Here's a chance to move through for Lipscomb. Not a great pass in midfield, and that's the moment where you have to be precise. Really need to get that ball forward and create more chances. Through the center, here's Pepperdine. They've had a lot more success with their direct passing through the center, and that continues here. It's a great ball on the left and right side, that is. Chance to potentially shoot from distance. That's cleared away nicely, but still danger in the area. Reyes can't hold on to it, and now coming the other way, here's Ali Dunn. Reyes comes from behind, and it's a legal challenge. A good call by the referee to let him play on. Yeah, it's going to be Guilford. Cleared away off the header. Right side, Grace Oliver. Oliver beats 1 defender. Central midfield, it's Kraft. 4.5 minutes to go. Right side, Carapaza getting forward. Has a good ball. Is Ali Dunn still onside? Doesn't matter, she won't be able to chase that one down. Running out of time for either side to win it in regular time, but how about this? A triple substitution for the Bisons. Coach O'Brien throwing everything at this one. Molly Grant coming back in, alongside a host of other Bisons. Looks like we also have Emmy Shirk there in midfield.
And it looks like Coach O'Brien is going back to his starting lineup.
Yeah,
He's hoping to take advantage of this Final Four, bringing back in
Cami McGee there on the left side as well.
Cami McGee and Molly Grant.
Yeah, 2 starting attackers are given their place in the lineup again for these last 4 minutes. Playing it to the back line, Pepperdine. Do they have 1 more attack in them in these last 3.5? Left side, here's Reyes. Reyes in midfield. Duckett with it. That's a good pass forward. What can they do from there? That's played from Alex Hobbs to the back line. Hill. Trying to get it forward, but still not a lot of success behind that second line of defense. Duckett getting forward again, and she's got a lot of space. Still Duckett, left side, and no one is there. But a chance on an overlapping run, that's cleared away nicely. Carapaza was ready. And we'll have a Pepperdine throw in. Under 3 to go. Thrown in quickly, Reyes. Left side. Guilfoy. Top of the box, a touch. It hits her hand. That's very fortunate for the Bisons. It nearly fell really nicely for the Waves. Lipscomb get to relieve some pressure and maybe mount 1 more chance of their own. Is this a moment where you go for that game-winning goal, or do you try to hang back and make sure you don't concede one?
And I think knowing Coach O'Brien, he's going to go for it.
That would be my assumption as well, and that's why we love to watch these Bisons play. It's such a fun style. Never give up on matches, and here's Ali Dunn on the right side. She's got space, and she's got Cami McGee to pass to. McGee on the right side, she's onside. Can she play it in the middle? It does find the middle, nearly finds Grant on a deflection. Still out to McGee. In the middle, Grant again, can't quite get there. McGee with it on the right side, shielding the ball. Still with it. Good defending that time. And Watson able to win it back. Here they come the other way. Pepperdine with a chance to break. The dangers of going forward, but nice work by Logan McFadden to get there. She clears it away. Less than 2 minutes to go, and it's end-to-end stuff. Both teams want it bad. And again, just a reminder, if you're just joining us, we will have extra time in the form of 2 golden goal 10-minute periods if we remain level here. This game is not over yet. Here it comes in the middle. That's good defending that time by Grant, getting it forward, and McGee just wasn't in the area to stop it. So Watson will play it across, and that's not a great ball, but it does work out for Pepperdine. Midfield. Duckett plays it back. Hill. Forward down the right side. Looking for McFarland.
1 minute remaining.
This one headed away. Less than a minute to go. A throw in for Pepperdine. They still have a chance. Can the Waves grab a goal lead on? The shot from distance hits the North Florida flag, and it's well off target in the end. Looks like we'll have a substitution as well.
I think one of the Bison's subs may just have been standing too close to
Oh, maybe.
the midfield line.
The referees indicated for a substitution, and as you mentioned, I think one of the Bisons was, as they like to do, getting excited, getting rowdy over there, and a little bit too close for the referee's liking to the scorer's table in midfield. Duckett, but she can't hold on to it. Grant plays it back. Shirk absorbing some pressure, and with 12 seconds to go and counting, it looks like they won't have any chance to do anything with it, although Kraft is going to try. She's going to send it forward, and the ball was rolling when they kicked it. So that is going to put an end to regular time. Still 0-0 between the Pepperdine Waves and your Lipscomb Bisons. That means we play more soccer this evening. Do not go away. We'll be right back with the first overtime period in just a moment. back with you for overtime edition of Lipscomb Women's Soccer. Thanks for joining us today for a live video on YouTube. We've got an exciting finish to this one, no matter which way it goes. The Bisons and the Pepperdine Waves from Malibu, California. Neither team wanted to give this one up yet. We'll keep playing for at least the next 10 minutes or until someone scores. We've got 2 overtime periods of 10-minute sheets, 10 minutes each awaiting us. If we do get a game-winning goal, that will end this one in its tracks. So the 10-minute period starts now, and the Bisons are going to get it kicked off. Erica Plunkett joining myself, Danny Katula, at the Lipscomb Soccer Complex. And your Bisons going from left to right in this first overtime period in all black. Pepperdine going right to left. Erica, as we get underway, what are we expecting from the Bisons, and what do they need to change to put one in the back of the net?
I expect to continue to see aggressive defensive performances from Carapaza and Patty on the outsides. That there's Patty right there fighting for that ball and getting the throw in for the Bisons. And I think Cammie Rogers is going to be key to this match here in overtime. She's been a constant for the Bisons for the last couple seasons, and I think will continue to be, especially in Kelly Byler's absence.
Yeah, she's going to be an important piece, and even more so with a couple of losses in midfield. Meanwhile, here come the Bisons. Nearly a chance for Ali Dunn, and she almost won it back, but Carapaza's going to get it on an interception. Still Carapaza, moving through a couple of players. Great shielding, though. Nicely done that time by Trinity Watson. This one sent across midfield, and the Bisons will possess it again there, but nearly a poor back pass, and it still almost turns out for Pepperdine. Hanger couldn't quite possess. But now moving down the right side, here's Shirk. Is a good ball in. It comes from Carapaza. It's going to find Grant in the air. Grant gets a touch on it, puts it back. Top of the box, the shot from distance. Can't quite find the top corner. That was a great chance to end it quickly.
Absolutely. We mentioned the lack of chances that Lipscomb has had from inside the box. There's a great one there between Carapaza, Grant, and then Manuela Shirk.
Yeah, Shirk, a high-quality player in midfield, has been a very important piece of this Bisons team for a long time. Used to play for the local club in Luzerne, Switzerland, FC Luzerne, in their women's team, but now we'll have an effort again, and that one's going to go wide, and wasn't really ever going to hit the target from there.
I've been impressed with the aggression that Lipscomb has come out in the first 2 minutes of this overtime period. Unlike most of the first and second half, it's been on Pepperdine's side of the field.
That's right, Lipscomb keeping the ball in the attacking half, and that's where good things happen for them, and they can win the ball in situations like they almost did there. But moving down the right side, it's going to be a chance for Pepperdine to regroup. Here's Pickett, who's had a lot to say on both sides of the ball today. And that's going to be a pretty significant foul and potentially a yellow card as well. The referee stops the clock with 7:36 to go, and there is the yellow card, I believe. I'm going to give that to Shelby Kraft there.
I believe that's Manuela Shirk.
There goes to Shirk there. Shirk is going to receive the yellow card, waiting on confirmation for that, but in the meantime, it is going to be Duckett who takes the foul that time, the sophomore, Juliana Duckett. Defensive midfielder whose name we've called quite a bit today. She's been active on both sides of the ball as well.
And she's definitely slow getting up from that foul, so
one of the last
if you're the
players
Waves,
you
you're
want to
hoping
lose.
she'll get it back.
Yeah, that's right. Meanwhile, running down the right was McFarland. Lily McFarland trying to find something there, but couldn't make it work. This one's sent in by the Bisons. Patty plays it back for McFadden. Pepperdine getting back on the ball in the attack. Tasted their own medicine for Lipscomb. This shot sent across goal, and CJ Graham was ready for it again. Can confirm that Emmy Shirk is the player who received that yellow card a moment ago. First disciplinary action for either team today. Ooh, a bit dangerous that time from Graham. She waited for some pressure to be applied by the Waves. Meanwhile, moving down the left side, it's going to be a chance for Shelby Little. Played it to midfield. sent across. And it's going to come back over to Kaylee Gifford. Gifford for Watson. Watson into the attack. Laparo. And going to be a shot from Reyes. Nicely defended. And that's excellent work. The Bison's back on the ball. Sending it into the attack, and that's not anywhere near Molly Grant that time. She was the only one in the attacking half. You want to get more people forward if you're Lipscomb. Obviously, you want to try to end this game as quickly as you can. And Pepperdine seem to be on the front foot for now. Backline, Hill to Watson. Watson gets it across midfield. McFadden lets it go for Patty. He's going to play it out to the left side, and just keeping it in is Cami Rogers. Hill on the back line again for Pepperdine. Pickett. Right side, it's still with Pickett, putting it in the attack. Nice turn. And McFarland wins a throw-in for the Waves. There are a couple chances against the run of play for the Bisons, but like moments like here, the Waves have created the bulk of the opportunities in this overtime period so far, moving down the left side, trying to create something in the middle, but nothing doing. Now a shot through the center, and it's going to fall right for Pepperdine. The shot, it deflects off Graham, and that's your ball game. 5 minutes in to extra time. It took 95 minutes for the Waves to beat CJ Graham, but that's going to do it. A 1-0 victory in the first overtime period for Pepperdine, and you can see how much it means to them. They went cross-country and found a way to beat a seemingly impenetrable Bison squad. What an effort from Lipscomb, but it comes up just short against number 23 Pepperdine.
Absolutely, and that goal came off of what we'd seen all night. They cross over in the middle, get the defenders off of their mark, and open themselves up. Emily Patty was all the way on the right side of the box. She's the left back. And so they have done a fantastic job of moving defenses around. The offense sets the tone when they are in the offensive third for Pepperdine. So fantastic game from Lipscomb. Still has a lot to be proud of. They will get back after it with a game on Sunday.
Yeah, that's right. They're taking on the Salukis of Southern Illinois. Would wager that's the only Saluki team they'll take on this season. That's a 5:30 start time again this Sunday, September 5th. You can catch that one right here on YouTube, or you can tune into Lipscomb's live student station, The Bison, giving you live sports coverage all season long. Coming up down the stretch, it's a Vanderbilt matchup here at home at the Lipscomb Soccer Complex at 6 p.m. on September 9th, a week from today. They also take on Eastern Tennessee State. The Bucks come to town at 6 p.m. on September 12th, one Sunday from today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure giving you live coverage of Lipscomb women's soccer. A 1-0 loss once again to Pepperdine in overtime. The number 23 Waves come in and will take a 1-0 win back home to Malibu, California. But from all of us here at the Lipscomb Women's Soccer Network live on YouTube, for Erica Plunkett,